with all due respect.
Hey, we're Josh Ortegon and Gray Achille, and this is With All Due Respect, the show where we keep it real about health, fitness, and performance. From weight loss to sports development, we're covering the conversations that matter.
Follow us on Instagram at WaterXPod, WADR, and visit phenombrand.com, PHNM, for performance gear and training programs built for real results. Let's get into it.
All right, let's rock and roll. It's solo. Well, not really solo. Solo Josh and Gray.
Solo duo.
Solo duo. Solo dolo. Like
Kid Cudi.
like Kid Cudi.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice, old man.
Solid cut. Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi reference never hurts.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I like Kid Cudi.
Yeah. We've had a busy I like him weird. But
well, we've had this conversation before.
Mm-hmm.
Drug addict Kid Cudi was way better than sober clean Kid Cudi, in my humble opinion.
Well, like, I mean, I'm glad he got clean.
Yeah. Well, we got to say that, right?
But then at the same time, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's how a lot of it goes with artists, so right? Like, they get clean and their music isn't as good anymore. Like, damn. Have something traumatic happen in your life, please.
Yeah. I think somebody once said, no great art was ever produced out of happiness.
Yeah. True.
You know? Well, it's June 25th.
Mm-hmm.
The summer is rolling by.
Just started. We just had the solstice.
So when did summer start?
The 21st. I think it was the 21st. Sunday.
Oh, really? That's when the official start of summer is? Then why does it feel like it's been 500,000 degrees?
Because we live in the South.
Yeah.
But hey, we've been busy the last year.
Yeah, the World Cup. Is that what you mean?
No. Talking about us too. We've been busy the last year. I feel like what we're doing, like I feel like we're both sitting here brain dead right now. We need to pep our step up a little bit.
I just chugged a Monster.
Oh, I was about to open a second Celsius. Is that a good idea?
2 Celsiuses?
This is, I don't know. I was craving something besides water, but then I talked myself out of it because I was like, you don't need that.
I've had a coffee and a Monster.
Yeah, there you go.
And I still got a lot to do today. I got a phone call at 2.
Same. Phone calls to 7.
So we're trying to find somebody to shoot some content for us in Dallas for Sam. And then we got a photo shoot today.
We do have a photo shoot today.
With Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, the way we do photo shoots is I hold the phone so Gray can see, and then she choreographs the whole photo shoot
via FaceTime.
And then I just sit there and go, yay, yay. I like that song. I like that song. Yay. Do you remember Crank Yankers? Are you too young for Crank Yankers?
I think so.
Crank Yankers was on Comedy Central, and it was the puppet play of people prank calling other people.
Wait, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just didn't know the name of it.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking
Crank Yankers, and they'd prank call people and record it, but act like they were puppets doing it.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, we like that song. They'd call the radio station and ask for songs and be like, you played this song. It's like, we like that song. Yay.
Is that what you feel like when I'm on the phone?
Yeah, I like that song.
If Columbia was 45 minutes closer, even 30 minutes closer, I would drive up there. But it ends up being almost 2 hours.
It's a lot.
It is. It is.
But it's worth it. We got some products out. We're still coaching people. We're still doing trial by air. I'm at 4,000 calories a day. I have changed a little bit about how I coach. Basically, if you don't want to do it, that's on you.
That's all you can do. I mean, like, what else are we supposed to do? You know, it gets frustrating sometimes, but at the end of the day, like, I can't want your goals for you. I got my own goals to achieve. I can't achieve yours too. You know?
It's been interesting. How do we do? I have found working with highly motivated people that really are looking for somebody to partner with for accountability and to shoot things off of. I recently have been getting a lot of help from Donnie.
Yeah.
I find myself to be pretty knowledgeable about this, but I still at the same time find myself convincing myself of some things that necessarily aren't true about physique change because it's easier and I want it to be true. I want to think that I can grow on not that many calories. I would like to think I don't have to train that intensely. I like to think that it's okay to just have that high of fat content in my food. And the more I was bouncing stuff off Donnie, the more Donnie was like, dude, no, you can't do that if that's what you want. So, I mean, he drove my calories. It goes 3,700, try to get to 4,000 and do like 500. I even had 600 grams of carbohydrates in a day. And all it took was that comment from him to coach and show me. I showed him pictures and then showed him pictures yesterday about an 8-pound difference. And he goes, dude, you're almost more lean and way more full. And I coach people and I feel like I should be able to do it myself.
Well, I think what you said is exactly right, because that when you were texting me about it the other day, just like saying people don't realize how low in a deficit they have to go to actually get lean. I mean, I had convinced myself of the same shit. Like, I don't need to diet down that much in order to be lean. Okay, well, now I've been in a plateau for like 2 weeks and I finally was like, you know what? I have to go down even more, even though I don't want to.
Yeah.
I haven't been this low calorie in ages.
If you really want to get lean, if you really got lean, I'm not talking about like just in shape. I'm not talking about just fitting your clothes a little bit. Like if you want to get retard lean, right? You got to go through some really crappy environments, some really crappy things. And it's hard to get really, really lean. And when we were talking about it and you said something about it, I could tell you're like, you're wanting to find a way to bump your calories up.
Not up, just stay the same.
Or stay the same.
I was at 2,000 and I was like, all right, 2,000's already kind of pushing it from where I was comfortable at before.
What do you weigh
right?
now? What do you weigh?
138.
Woo! Lean, small. Yeah.
10 pounds. It's 10 pounds.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like, I was conditioned to believe for so long that my calorie intake needed to be higher to support my exercise, right? Like I was working out.
It needs to be honest to the goal.
Right. But now I don't teach anymore. I'm working out 4 days a week, 45 minutes, and I'm walking every single day. So my activity level now is not comparable to my activity level a year ago. And I had to get that through my head of being like, so your calories are not the same because you're not working out the same. If that was a year ago,
your goal is to lose weight. You wanted lean.
I wanted to get lean. Yeah. So if it was a year ago, I could do it on 2,200, 2,100. I can't do that now. But I think it's funny that like our brains will still work like that. And I think it's important for people to hear that. Like we're always going to try to convince ourselves to do the easiest thing.
Listen, it is cognitive bias. I started people, and I said this to some people that she knows. They're like, I told her I was working with Reagan. It's like, oh, you're coaching Reagan? I said, no, I'm not coaching Reagan. Me and Reagan are working together.
Yeah.
Because she's very, very knowledgeable, but she understands her limitations mentally. And we pushed her calories up on days to like 3,300. And she has a physique goal. What you find from high performance people is they want to achieve all of their goals at the same time.
Yeah.
I want to be big, fast, strong, lean, in shape, be able to run an Ironman, do a bodybuilding show, and compete in CrossFit, and still feel healthy and have plenty of energy. Probably not going to work, right? You can't serve two masters, right? I see in the people that want to get big and strong and lean, but then still train jiu-jitsu and compete. And like, that's possible, but it's really hard, right? So we have taken this time to really drive, and she just needed somebody to say, you now need to eat this many calories. That's all she needed.
Well, yes.
And she's only
That's all you needed.
Yeah. She's only up a pound in 3 weeks on 3,300 calories a day on some days. Some days she's at 29, some days she's at 31. Some days fat higher, carbs are higher based on like her activity. It's eating around her need for fuel. She's doing a lot of more mealtime diet, and like most people will come to me, and I've had people come to me, it's like, well, should I do like nutrient timing type dieting? I'm like, no, you're still like 25% body fat.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need to do you got plenty of stored fuel.
Yeah, there's like a difference between sports nutrition and
you got
gym pop nutrition.
Plenty of stored fuel. You're fine. You don't need to eat around. You need to be in a deficit, eat your protein, eat even meals throughout the day, and sleep really good. And most importantly, like, especially if you want to build muscle, the number one main driver of building muscle is really, really, really hard training. That's it.
And let's talk about hard training, because I know we've touched on this before, and I feel like we pound it into the sand a lot of the time, but I think it needs to be pounded into the sand. Most people are not working out at their full capacity. And it doesn't mean you have to go at 100%, because that takes a toll on you over time. But like, most of your training sessions need to be at like 85 to 95%. Agree or disagree?
Yeah, you have to train you have to go in there and train really, really, really hard. You have to push. Don't just move weight. You have to push weight to get stronger, to stimulate the muscle, to put the right amount of, and I'm talking just from a physique standpoint, to stimulate the muscle to have a response.
And I think too, like, if you're the kind of person that goes into the gym, I see this all the time with females, and they are like, they hate programmed rest time because they're not tired. That means you're not working out hard enough. I want you to be like, I'm at a point in my training where when I see my rest time is below 75 seconds, I have a mini heart attack, because I'm like, I'm not going to be ready for my next set in 75 seconds. Mm-hmm. That's how you should feel at the top of that set. It shouldn't be like, oh, I have 30 seconds to rest, I'm going to walk around and do something else above that. You're not training hard enough.
I've had, listen, I'm getting old, right? I really don't care what people think and what they say and how they feel, and if I hurt their feelings a little bit. I'm not purposely rude to people, but I can tend to err on the side of being a little bit, how I say things can be wrong. Not wrong. How I say things can not be...
You're direct. You're just direct.
Yeah, well, I feel like sometimes I speak in a way that put people on a defensive instead of being able to have a conversation. Right?
Yeah, and you don't mean anything by it.
I don't mean anything by it. I honestly am just trying to save time.
Yeah.
If I can say it in one sentence as opposed to a 5-minute lecture, I feel like I just say it, right? Like, hey, that's really stupid. Don't do that.
Yeah, right.
All right, hold up. Sarah just texted me.
Yeah, she was talking about what shoes to bring. I just put it on Do Not Disturb for right now, or what colors she's wearing.
Okay. Black. She's wearing black, right?
And blue.
Are we doing pictures in the blue set?
I think you said that's what you wanted.
And maybe blue?
Yes.
White shoes? I think this is fun. Huh? I think this is fun that we're doing this.
You think it's fun? Just a little intermission here. We have to answer some work texts.
Yeah. Hey, look into our life. Anyway, back to training hard, right? And I've said this, and it's been feelings hurt a little. You're not gonna get the body doing bar 3. you're not going to get the body. You're not going to get the body. I'm not saying there's not a benefit to it. Okay, it is. I'm not saying you're not going to get the body doing, I hear people that go to, I'm not knocking group fitness. Please don't say that, because I think so many people enter into exercise through group fitness because of the society and the people they're with. There's a positive to that I understand. Going to do workout with your friends is very big. It's important. It's great. But when there's 15 people in a class and you say, well, I'm going to go today, it's going to be an upper body day. Well, that's usually like a lower body plyometric jumping day and a circuit of weights with small dumbbells. That's not an upper body day. I'm sorry. That's not going to stimulate muscle. Is it exercise? Yeah. Am I glad you go? Yeah, I'm glad. Is it better than sitting at home doing? Yeah. And I'm glad you're going. Okay. But we have to be realistic for people that want real physical change. Real physical change. Pilates is great. I've done a Pilates class. I have friends that take me. It's great. It's a great workout. I love yoga. If it was invented in Cleveland, they'd call it stretching. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think like what you're getting at.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I 100%.
I don't want somebody to watch this and be like, oh, he's ripping into. Because I have friends that own those kind of places, and I'm like, no, I'm not trying to be mean to you, buddy. I'm just trying to say
they serve different purposes.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Like and I like elaborate on. I elaborate on that because I was a group fitness instructor for 7 years. I elaborate with this with my clients. If you want to work your upper zones for your cardio, work your muscular endurance, you're going to gain some strength in these group fitness classes. If they have like strength in the programming, you want to work your core. You want to like actually have a conditioning session. Those are great. But if you want to stimulate muscle growth beyond going to your group fitness classes, because again, I think you'll start to see results as like an amateur, but if you want to continue that on, you have to strength train in an actual gym.
You got to see how much you can dumbbell press for 8, how much you can squat for 8, how much you can RDL for 6. Like, you got to do those kind of things.
Some of those group fitness classes do that. Like, I won't deny that. I've been to some places where they really pound like just a group weightlifting class, and I think that's fantastic. But majority of these places are designed to be HIIT workouts, and you are reaching the capacity of like 15, 20, 25, 30 reps of things, and that's not your max strength. That is your max endurance, and that's great. Muscular endurance is really freaking important. It keeps you moving, but that's not your max strength. And that's where you have to blend the two of them together to form the physique that you want. So if you've been going to these group fitness classes for a year and you haven't seen that much change, it's probably time to change it up a little bit. Or have that as like, I go twice a week and then I go lift 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Nobody's getting the body by acting like they're still in ballerina class when they were 7.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not going to happen. I have a client that I'm working with, and she's a group fitness instructor, but she also has a personal trainer. So 2 days a week, she teaches a class, and she has to do that style of training because she teaches a class. But her personal trainer did a ton of circuit. Like, it was like 10 exercises in a circuit. And I'm like, hey, ask them if we can train this way. It's going to be better for you. And the guy never changed his training. So I was like, here's your workout. Just quit with him because it's not going to get you what you want. He's making it easy. I hate to do that. But like, you need to like, she likes to trap bar deadlift, and she likes to like back squat within the limitations of her body. And she likes to press. I'm like, we had a day that was like 6 body movements, 6 strength movements, 3 sets of 6 to 8, 2-minute rest in between. She's done.
My workouts are 40 to 45 minutes.
See, mine are like an hour and 15 minutes.
I just don't have the brain for that right now.
Yeah, mine are an hour and 15 minutes. I time when I start and when I end. Like, I got to be done. And then when I do eat and work around, like, I'm very calculated. And everything I do, it's very calculated.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, when I go back up in calories, I can increase that. But right now, my body is like 45 minutes.
There's nothing better than planning to be done with my workout at 3:30 and being done, hitting my gummy bears and my shake at 3:30 on the dot. And then my second meal is 5:30 on the dot. And then my last meal is 8:30. That might sound dysfunctional with some people, but there's nothing more gratifying than the end of the day. Like, I'll show Rachel when I hit. Like, dude, yesterday I had 599 carbs.
I know, saw that.
And I'm like, that 1 gram, gram, I was just like, no. So like 1 gram, like one, like quart little thing, rice cake. Right. But, and that's just me. I'm not saying everybody has to do that, but a majority of the people that say they want to look a certain way, those people got there because they ate food. We're in a deficit forever. They focused around building 5 pounds of, if more people worried about gaining 5 pounds of muscle than losing 5 pounds of fat, we'd probably be in a better shape, right?
Yeah. Who posted that the other day? Allison?
I think it was Allison, but I think it was like
Yeah.
15 pounds, right? She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I love it. That's a great comment if we took the mindset away. But training has to be really, really hard. You know what's really hard? Getting big, strong, muscular legs. It has to be. I mean, it has to be borderline uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be borderline like, oh, I don't know if I want to go do this. This is going to be really, really hard.
When that rest time comes up and it's programmed for a minute, 75 seconds, like whatever, because I'm in a more like athletic program right now. It sucks to see that. I'm like, fuck, I really want like 2.5 minutes. Like that's how it should feel. You should feel like you're gonna go to the gym, but you're like, shit, this is gonna feel so
if you're training lower
bad.
body, that last set of like squats or front squats or even the last set of so I threw Bulgarians back in my program this week. Horrible idea. Awful idea. Literally because I was like, I gotta do something different for single leg work. And I did ipsilateral, so which means like my left leg out and it's in my right hand. 75 pounds for sets of 6 to 8. And like, dude, it was intense. Like it was really hard Bulgarian split squats that way in one arm, and it was forcing my glute to contract, and like I was really sore. And like the last set, I honestly tried to convince myself that 2 sets of 6 to 8 was good. I didn't want to do that third set of 6, and then I did the third set of 6. And I'm like, dude, I gotta do 2 more. I gotta do 8. So I did 8, and like it's really hard, and you got to train really hard. Most people don't want to train that hard. They have no desire to train that hard. They don't know how to train that hard. They don't know. I feel like I'm pushing myself when I work out. Really, like, are you sore? Are you tired? Like, are you sore? Are you sore the next day? I was like, no, not really. I could probably lift upper body 2 days in a row. Then it's not doing it for you. That's not it. You're not training hard.
I had a conversation with someone recently, and he was just like, yeah, too many people have this mentality that going to the gym is checking a box. So if they walked in the door and they completed their workout, they checked the box for the day. And that's why they're not seeing physique change, because they're not actually challenging themselves when they go in. They do the same routine and they lift the same amount of weight, maybe slightly higher. They don't change their rep scheme. It's always 10 to 12, 3 sets, like whatever. But it's just checking a box. So they feel accomplished, but then they turn around and wonder, like, why am I not seeing change? You know, it's like I have to compare it to like wanting to do a house project and walking in and looking at the house every day, but not doing anything about it.
I compare it to going to the library, but not reading books.
Yeah. Walking to the library, not reading anything.
So what'd you do? Drink a coffee, idiot? Like you got to train really hard.
Yeah.
And dude, like you got to get tough skin on the nutrition side, man. Like I work with so many people that like, you know why I love tracking for a lot of people is because it's hard to track when you go out to eat. And they'll be like, man, it's really hard to track when I go out to eat. And I'm like, well, what are the solutions? Well, I just got to find the app that I can add in when I go out to eat. Or you cannot go out to eat as much because I can probably find you 400 calories a day from going out to eat. And it's, you know, I recently had a conversation, and I don't know where this came from recently in me. I think I started pushing sleds with a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And dude, talk about something that blows. But we made the kids push sleds. It's part of our conditioning, especially for linemen. And we push these sleds 30 out. They're prowlers. No, they're the Sornex Root Hawk sled. And we put 90 pounds, 45 pounds on each post. And we push the sled 30 yards for 10, and we do it like a circuit. So I started doing it with a friend of mine. And I said, that first day, I go, how many are we going to do? 8? He goes, well, we make the kids do 10. I said, then we got to do 10. Last week we did 12. And how it happened was I did 10, and then he did his 10th one, and then he grabbed it and went down and back. And then I had to go down and back. So we did 12. Down and back pushing was really hard. And all these people said after we did day 1, we probably got 5 or 6, 7 messages from people that wanted to come do it with us the next week. You know how many people showed up? Zero. And that's okay. People have lives, businesses. People can't do things. I understand there's legitimate reason. But we've done it 3 or 4 weeks, people have showed up. Yeah. And it reminded me of jiu-jitsu, my first jiu-jitsu coach. I was so excited when people were saying they're going to come to jiu-jitsu. And he goes, hey, man, everybody's coming. And I was like, yeah. He goes, guess what? They're also coming tomorrow. And nobody came. Nobody came. And I don't get on it. I have less, I have less, because it's hard. It's hard. But here's a moment that made a difference for me. We were out there pushing sled, and there's an after-school program. And a bunch of these kids come running out on our turf football field and start playing. And there was, I had a water somewhere. I noticed there were a group of kids playing, and there was a girl that couldn't run very well. Almost like she had, I'm horrible with disease or something. Maybe she had like cerebral palsy, maybe. Right. And kind of like when you see a kid that has a brace on the leg, they limp. And she was holding her hand like she didn't have a fully functioned hand. And we were pushing sled, and she was running around, carrying kids on her back, running around. And I had a horrible attitude that day. Horrible attitude. Didn't want to push the sled. I only went because my buddy went. I didn't want him to be calling me a sissy the next day. And I went, and I was mad about it. Like I'm just going to get this halfway done. And I saw this girl running around with a limp, trying to run the track, carrying her friends, having fun. And I'm like, dude, I suck. I said, I bet that girl wishes she could push sled. I bet that girl wishes she could run normal. And I immediately almost punished myself. This is probably dysfunctional. I made the sleds 10 times harder for me by pushing them harder and running and sprinting with them, because I was so mad at myself for not having gratitude for having 2 functional arms and legs. And there's this girl running around playing, and she was having fun. And I was like, I felt so crappy about myself. I'm like, what a jerk. I said, I suck. I'm so ungrateful to not, and I have the work in front of me that I can do. I have to be grateful for the work.
Yeah. But that's the thing we run into all the time. And of course, we're going to take it for advantage sometimes. Or take advantage of it sometimes. I can't lie to you. There are days that I'm absolutely not going to be grateful for the things that I can do because I just don't care in that moment. But that's what we run into all the time with people. They constantly just want to do everything that they want to do while forgetting the things that they're capable of doing. You're capable of going to the gym and working hard. You just don't want to. But you're that mindset of being able to do something, that is not motivating for a lot of people because it's too hard. It's too hard for them to realize I'm capable of doing that.
It's just changed how I coach.
Yeah.
You can do it or not. You're going to come to me and say,
at the end of the day, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I can't. I this is just what you got to do. Whether you do it or not, I did the one. I don't care. Right. But people are so unrealistic because they don't understand. Listen, if getting abs were easy, it wouldn't be cool for everybody to get abs.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And you're just not putting in the time and effort. And it's just not important to you. That's really what it comes down to, Gray. You want it, but it's not that important to you, so you don't feel like you want to work that hard for it because you think, dude, impatient people, right? Oh, I've been working out for a month. I really don't see a change. A month? A month?
Well, and that's where your priorities get out of whack. The vanity piece is important, and I tell people that all the time. I'm looking good, feeling good is important. That's very motivating. But at the end of the day, it's not like you can also do this for 6 months, look great in that 6 months, and then stop. This doesn't have an end. It will constantly evolve. You're not going to do it for a year and then stop.
I do think vanity is not enough of a driver.
It's not. It's a great little driver. I mean, you and I talk about this. We love the vanity side of things because I think we've gotten deep enough into our own journey to be I feel strong. I know I'm taking care of myself. So now it's almost like a little bit of a vanity piece of how extreme can we go, right? That could be a motivator now because we're motivated already to do it. Like, I'm going to do it regardless. I don't need somebody to tell me to do it. I'm going to go, I'm going to show up on the days I don't want to fucking be there.
I don't need to eat healthy and have someone else around me that also eats healthy. I can eat healthy in front of 50 people eating like retards.
Garbage,
That I have no, in fact, it's all, I'll do it out of spite, to be honest with you. I'll eat healthy out of spite.
Exactly. Like, you're going to eat that?
I guess I'll eat this.
No, 100%.
But, it's not,
Well, to be honest, you're not going to like how you look until a year in, probably. So if you don't have enough motivation to stick it out for a year, then I don't know what to tell you, because your physique is not, I mean, you're going to lose weight, but you're not going to love your physique until you're at least a year in.
Yeah, it's very hard. It's very hard. And we now have a plethora of things that can help it make easy now. TRT, hormone replacements, peptides, you have all of those things. It's never been easier to be skinny. Never been easier. You know what's hard? Getting big and jacked. Because that's just a matter of what did Mike say? It's the ultimate form of equity.
Yeah.
It doesn't care how much money you make. It doesn't care what kind of car you drive. It doesn't care anything other than how much hard work you put into and how disciplined you are with your food. It doesn't care. Your mommy and daddy can't buy it for you. Right? You can't buy it. It's literally, and you know what it is to me too? I said this to Rachel, and I think we've said this on here. We were at church, and I saw this girl, and you could tell her face was a little bit gaunt. And like, I can see someone's in contest prep. Like, I can be like, look at that. Like, that face looks rough. And she took her jacket off to sleeveless, and she was shredded and muscular. I'm talking like softball cap shoulders and arms.
Yeah.
And Rachel's like, oh, that's just a lot of muscle. She's like, you really think that's attractive? I said, listen, as a dude, I'm not like, she doesn't need to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I think she's attractive. Like, that's not attraction let aside. I said, here's what's attractive. That girl has learned delayed compensation. That girl has learned lonely times in the gym, lonely times doing cardio in the morning. She has pruned herself to be so mentally tough and resilient that she understands that the work you put on today will never be seen for months down the line. She has learned to go through places mentally and emotionally that 99% of people will never be able to go to. And they're lifting, in their training, friends that want to go out. She has sacrificed intensely for a goal. There is something ultimately beautiful about that human being who can do that. She can go to the depths of hell. She can drown for water. She can go through the garbage. And I said, and that to me is extremely attractive and beautiful. And anybody, doesn't have to be a female. It can be a male, it can be anybody. I don't care who it is. What she is willing to go through to achieve a goal in training and lifting and eating and it's lonely. It's lonely. It's so lonely. There's no way you don't come out of that. Have you ever seen the movie V for Vendetta? Okay. V for Vendetta.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
But no.
Like, yeah. Remember the 5th of November and the guy, whatever. But the female character in that went through like this pruning stage of like kind of like becoming not dependent on like the government and seeing the truth. And there's a part like they shaved her head and they put her through like almost like this simulated form of torture. And she came out of it and she walked on this balcony and the rain hit her and it's like her enlightenment time. People that go through that kind of toughness, and it doesn't have to just be lifting, it can be whatever you want. You'll never learn more about yourself than going through something like that. Right. And we talk about it with the guy that ran 24 hours or the guy that ran home for an hour. We talk about like Reagan that's going, there is a point in the run, in the swim, in the bike. It's lonely. There's a point in that journey that it's lonely. Do I think a big, strong, jacked up girl with veins everywhere is like this? Like, do I think it's like, oh, look at her, she's so hot? she's probably a beautiful girl, and that's contest time. You don't look pretty in contest time. Like, you look pretty bad, right? I'm at straight Auschwitz coming out of contest time. But she probably has a nice physique when she puts her weight back on and the fat back on her body. But what you go through, that, to me, like, I respect that human being, man. Anybody that's gone through that, no, everybody should put themselves through something physically demanding at one point in their life that challenges who they are and what they can do physically to the elite point. Everybody should do that one time in their life, and you will be a different person. I'm telling you, it is like being released from the Matrix.
Yeah.
And I love that on our podcast, we're having people that do stuff like that, because it's amazing. Sometimes you're not put in a choice, right? Sometimes it's because you have cancer.
Yeah.
It's that or die. It's that or die.
Yeah. But that's like what I loved what Jaden was saying too, just talking about your pain. I 100% agree. I think you have to do something that pushes your limits. Like, what? And too many people are scared to commit to that, or too freaking lazy. They're just too lazy to commit to anything that feels hard.
There's too many people that think they deserve comfort. You find that in people that have been in their jobs for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 15, 20 years. I deserve it easy. No, you don't. What makes you just think you deserve it easy? You don't deserve shit. You actually, now because you said that, you deserve misery, pain, and discomfort and horrible things to happen. Like, I don't care how long you've done that. You see that in coaches. You see that, maybe probably teacher. Anybody that does their job. Well, I feel like I've earned it to be a little easy. Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told you that in relationships? Do you think, we've been married 10 years, it gets easy? Sorry, that ain't the truth, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere along times, people think that they earn this level of, like, you want to know what used to be dysfunctional? Pushing to a certain level of pain. We have a football kid that still plays college football. And I remember one day we're working out, and he goes, I just never had the mentality that if my leg broke in the middle of a football game, I could figure it out to finish the game. Because I just always had that mentality.
Yeah.
My leg could break, but I could figure out how to finish a football game with a broken leg. Like, of course, not true, right? Your leg breaks, you probably can't physically do it.
Sure.
But it's the mentality
Yeah.
of, like, you can't break it. You can't. Like, good.
I was just going to say that goes back to, like, how we even started this, of just, we're always going to want to make it easier in our heads. If I'm injured, great, I can take 3 weeks off of working out, because that's so much easier than going to the gym when I have an injury. Right?
Oh, hey, right. There's always something you can do. Right? I don't care if your shoulder hurts. Train, you're gonna, you can become the best lower body lifter.
Well, I mean, even
you can get a big squat. You can get good at cardio. You can get good at stretching. You can do core.
Reduce your load. That's what I've been doing with this freaking back injuries. My load is reduced, but I'm still going. Like, that's another mentality I don't understand. Just like, there's always something that you can do. But I think that's where that stems from, is if people are always going to take the way out if they can. And that mentality of, like, yeah, I'll make it easier for myself every time.
And I know there's probably a lot of people out there that are way more mentally tough than I am. I get it.
Yeah.
Way more mentally tough. People that went through boot camp or military type situations, I'm sure, right? People have gone through many. Who's the lady that had breast cancer that did workouts through the breast cancer? We brought her on. She was awesome.
Yeah, Carly,
she was awesome, dude. She was awesome. Like, if I ever had cancer, I would want her to call me every day and leave me a message. And
I bet she would.
I bet she would. I was like, can you just leave me like a 10-second message in the morning when you wake up and just be like, hey, you can do it today. I would want that girl on my side if I ever had cancer. But, like, I'll be honest with you, like, I don't know, like, if I came down with cancer and they're like, hey, you got a 50-50 shot, would I roll the dice and believe in myself? I don't know. I've never faced it. I don't know.
I hope you're never tested in that way.
Well, yeah, but like,
but still, yeah,
like,
100%.
like, or maybe you have a strong belief in something, and you're surrounded by 100 people. 99 people are going to bash you for your faith. Do you have Do you have the ability to stand up and speak on what you believe in to be true, even when nobody else? There's a picture of a kid in Scotland where this whole school went to visit a mosque, and the people in the mosque asked all the kids to bow down on the mosque to do the prayer, and the one kid refused to do it. He said, "I don't believe in it. I'm not going to. You're not going to make me bow down to something that I don't believe in." And there's a picture of him standing, and all the other kids and all the other teachers sitting there doing it, and there's that one kid that stood. That kid's got balls, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That kid's got guts. He could have easily just did it and said, "I don't understand," but he didn't do it. Right? That's mental toughness. That's a 7-year-old kid. More mental tough than 99% of people that can't get up and go walk in the morning.
Just like, are you in control of your own life at that point? You know, like if you are just willing to do what everybody else is doing, like, are you in control of your own life at that point? Or are you just doing what everybody else is doing because it's easy?
Dude, I watched this one time, this video where it showed they videotaped somebody walking into a doctor's office, and this lady walked in, and every time there were 2 people in there, and this sound went beep, and 2 people stood up, and at the end of the beep they sat down, and then another person walked in like after she, like 10 minutes later, and they were in this doctor's office, and they heard beep, and at the beep the 3 people stood up, she sat down. By the 4th beep, it went beep, and she stood up with them too. She had no clue what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
She just looked around and realized every time there was a beep, everybody stood up.
Yep.
And she saw everybody stand up, and nobody took a bit of time to go. And they were just setting her up to see if she would be one. They did it for a bunch of people in this project. Every single person, nobody went, "Why are we standing up?"
Yeah.
Right? What are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
And chances of the reality are, if I was set up for something that, I'd probably stand up. But we've been conditioned to follow the group. They always say at like long check-in lines for airports, people start getting in the longest line because that's where the most people at.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got one line that's super long and one line that's short because everybody's just getting in the long line because that's where everybody went, the long line. They just assume that's where we're supposed to go. Right? But I guess it's off subject. But
not really.
You know.
But it's just comfortable. Again, it's comfortable for people. They don't want to do the extra work to go and find the shorter line. Right?
Well, it's just easier to just go with where everybody else is.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Just robots. We just like a conveyor belt.
And like, right? I will say, like, I think I watched a great video one time about, I think it was a woman in the Netherlands, and just saying like how they don't necessarily like conform, but they're very community based where, you know, people don't feel like a need to stand out. So like, I kind of get the mindset of like being one with your community and not always like having to show off kind of thing. But at the end of the day, like, I don't want to be average. There's no part about me that wants to be average. I don't understand why so many people just settle to be average. You know?
Most people don't care, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Most people get up in the morning.
I think they do care, but they tell themselves they don't care. Like, you can't tell me that people that are overweight, most of them don't care. It's do they care enough to change it?
Have you seen, like, I don't know if it's true because on social, I don't know if it's true. It's on social. I see. Who knows if it's true? That some chef won some lawsuit against McDonald's about the quality of their food.
I didn't see that.
And like a bunch of people I know shared it, and they're like, "Oh, it's so about time the fast food industry is held accountable for the fast this and that." I go, "Well, who's the asshole that's eating it?"
Yeah, you're the one in line. What do you
mean? What are you talking about? And like, "Oh, it's McDonald's fault that people are fat." No, it's your fault you're fat because you're eating it, idiot. Right? You see about the World Cup and people bringing food over from the World Cup. Like, I think Norway brought their own fish and food and like bunch of shipments of just their own food because they want to eat American food. They don't want to eat American food or whatever. And like, you know, there's ways to eat healthy Yeah, it's not cool that our food is kind of crappy, and I understand that, but like,
But you have a
you're still
choice.
making the decision.
Yeah.
I get so tired of, well, it's just so expensive. It just takes so much time. It's just, you're sitting in line at Chipotle for 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Chipotle is an expensive one.
Like, it's not hard. It's not hard to eat healthy.
No,
right?
but that's just an excuse for me too. Like when I hear healthy food is more expensive, I'm like, okay, you go to the grocery store and buy everything in a box, and I'll go to the grocery store and buy mostly whole foods, and you let me know if it was more expensive. Because 9 times out of 10, unless you're shopping only at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
But still at Whole Foods, it's like, yeah, the box stuff is more expensive.
I've done audits with people before to talk about spending their food and how much money they spend out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And then we decrease that greatly. They buy groceries and they end up saving money and almost enough money.
Like
I had somebody save
hundreds.
almost enough money to pay for their coaching for me for the month.
Exactly. Exactly. But that's a sacrifice people are not willing to make, right? Because it's easy. It's way easier to be like, it's just too expensive. I'm not going to do it.
They convince themselves that it's too expensive, it's too hard,
Mhm.
it takes too much time, and they can't do it because it makes them feel better for being too lazy to do it. Like, honestly, that's what it is. Right. And I'm sorry. I'm so tired of that argument. I'm so tired of the argument. It just takes a long time and it's just way expensive. Groceries are expensive for everybody. Food's expensive for everybody. You can make it work. You can make it work.
There's
It's the
so
same
many
people that
ways.
go out to eat all the time. And you know what they say when they go to eat? Well, I just really like it. And it's just really, what else are me and my husband going to do? Do something else. You don't have to go to eat all the time. Spend time together.
But even with
Right.
that, like I go out to eat a fair amount. I do. That's one the things that I love and enjoy. I'm still going to track it, A, when I'm tracking. B, I don't eat like an asshole when I go out to eat. I can choose the
It's not a
difference
free
of
reign.
places.
It's not a free reign to eat crappy.
No.
Yeah.
No. Like you can still
No.
choose what you're ordering there. And I'm sorry, there's too much technology nowadays too for you to not be able to track your food when you go out to eat. There's too many entries in MyFitnessPal that are going to be really close. The only time I ever like talk with that about a client when it's truly something that's a hindrance is like, oh, we went to a tapas place and it was like a Spanish tapas place. I just really don't know what all of that is. Okay, fine. I see that a little bit more. Maybe I went to a friend's house and it was really just like light bites. I don't do that very often. Cool. I see that. If you're going to be somebody that regularly goes out to eat, know things that you can eat when you go out to eat that are not going to take such a dent on your intake, because it can be done. Like there are plenty of people that travel consistently and go out to eat with work that can say no to a glass of wine and eat something healthy at dinner when they have to go out to eat. That doesn't work for me either. I had to eat that. We went out to eat as a company. Okay. Is the menu limited to one item? Did you have to have a whole bottle of wine?
Well, the people that say, I went to fast food.
Yeah.
Restaurant.
Right.
No, you went to fast food and ordered cheeseburgers and fries. They all serve salad and fruit and
exactly
get a Diet Coke. Like
I don't know one restaurant, and maybe except for Domino's, but they might even have a salad that doesn't have healthy food. And even here's where I get into it too. Even if you are going to have Domino's for dinner and you know that, what does the rest of your day look like? Did you eat like an asshole all day?
You don't need to eat a whole pizza. Yeah, I don't understand it. I'm just coaching people at a much simple pace. Like, here's what you got to do. Here are the strategies to do it. Well,
do it or don't.
Yeah, do it or don't. I didn't meal prep it last night, so I had to grab something from a vending machine at work. Okay. They're like, well, okay. Well, I guess the only answer is don't do that tomorrow. Bring your food tomorrow. Don't go to the vending machine.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we start. I heard a coach say that they'll have people try to get 100 grams of protein a day and drink a half a gallon of water a day for the first month, regardless of who they are.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, because if they can't do that, then I can't help you.
Smart.
If you can't do 100 grams of protein a day and do a half a gallon of water a day, I'm starting there.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, I can't do anything else with you.
No, it's smart. It's smart. And that's the thing too that we run into a lot of the time with coaching is like people seem excited for change. You know, they do really great in their first 2 weeks. And then there's, no weight loss or maybe a pound and they're like, well, this isn't working.
I had somebody one time get referred to me and she's like, hey, I got a friend of mine. She like to work. I said, okay, give her my phone number and let her know that I can help her. So next day or so, I get a text message. Hey, this is so-and-so. They're referred to you by so-and-so. I really struggle with motivation. What are you going to do to motivate me? My response was, I'm not responsible for motivating you.
Yeah, that's
and I never heard a text back. There is nothing I can do to motivate you. My job is not to motivate you. What do you want me to do? Tell you you're fat every day in the morning, send you a text? Hey, fatty.
Go to the gym, fatty.
Go to the gym, fatty. Like, have this kind of thing, like, every time, like, you're going to eat something bad, it's like my voice that pops up, like, hey, fatty.
But we know, like
I'm not going to motivate. I can't, and she never sent me a text back. What are you going to do to motivate me? I can't motivate you.
That's the kind of person who is going to exhaust every single diet, try a GLP, still not be, like, maybe successful for a little while, gain all the weight back when she comes off of it. That is the person that's going to be stuck in a cycle of what can everyone else do for me? What can I do for myself?
Yeah, that is true. What is everybody going to do for me? God, that's so true. So many people, there's just so many people that think all you got to do is hire a coach. Right? Well, I hired a coach. Okay.
Are you doing it?
Or that's great. Like, it's like buying a pair of running shoes.
Yeah.
I bought a pair of running shoes. Did you put them on and go run?
Well, I just start asking people too, when we start talking about goals and they're like, do you think I can reach this goal by this time? I'm like, well, do you think you can adhere to your plan for that long? Because if so, then yeah, probably. You'll probably get to those goals. But if you're not going to adhere to your plan for that long, then no.
Yeah, doing this for 2 months ain't shit. Bro.
Nothing.
There is not even a needle mover if you really want to make drastic change. It just shows you can do it for 2 months. And just shows me that you can actually do it. Now you just got to do it. Right? It's like you get people that want some sort of reward. I had a cheat meal conversation with a friend of mine recently. He's like, what do you think about cheat meals? I mean, they're stupid. It just shows you haven't learned anything.
Yeah.
And then the same person wanted to talk to me about refeeding. I'm like, there's some completely different, not the same thing.
Yeah.
Not the same thing at all.
Not at all.
Not even
at all.
close.
And if you think a refeed is a cheat meal, you got it twisted.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. Go look at Lyle McDonald's book, like Ultimate Fat Loss book, I think. He does like 30% deficit, low carb, high protein, 5 days in a row. And then I think he goes a refeed day 13 and 14 is a maintenance refeed 2 days in a row. Hearted number of carbs, like balls to the wall carbs, and minimal protein and almost like less than 15% fat. Because that's where I'm at 15% fat right now. That's pretty hard, dude. It's pretty hard to get carbohydrates. It's pretty hard. That's a refeed.
I love a refeed.
Yeah, but you got to be in a stupid. I think you got, yeah. I think that type of is for somebody who's already exhausted straight calorie deficit already. Like they've exhausted that.
Yeah. If they've been there for a while. I even use it sometimes too with my more athletic clients when they have like a bigger cluster of workouts coming up. Like,
yeah, sure.
People just did like CrossFit Open workouts, or I have a client that just went through a lengthy tennis tournament. I'm like, that's a great time to have a refeed.
Yeah,
use your carbs. Use your carbs.
Throw refeeds. Get your maintenance. Hit the maintenance, right? But I do think for it to work the best, you got to be like a 30% deficit, low carb, high protein, higher fat intake, and then boom, you switch it and throw those high carbs up in there. And people always be like, "Well, how do you eat so many carbs?" I said, "Well, look how low my fats are."
Yeah. I could not imagine 15% fat. I think
50% fat's pretty tough.
25 right now.
Yeah, I think 50% fat's pretty tough, because you got to do low fat everything. Cream of rice. Cream of rice, Kellogg's Rice
cakes.
Krispies, rice cakes, Kellogg's Rice Krispies. I'll do like noodles. So I'm done with sweet potatoes, man. Can't do it anymore.
Just do regular potatoes. You like regular potatoes?
Yeah, I'm in the rice thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
It'll
do you
change.
like couscous or quinoa?
I don't like to cook it.
Just get a rice cooker.
I got a rice. Can you do quinoa and couscous in a rice cooker?
That's what I do.
All right.
I love a rice cooker.
I do a rice cooker for my rice. It's pretty incredible.
I love couscous. It's like one of my favorites. Oh, it's so good.
Is it pretty dense in carbohydrates?
Yeah, I think it's about the same as rice.
That could be good. Yeah.
But then like liquids too. Like when I have my carbs like that, I got to get some liquids in.
I only do intra-carb, 200 calorie, 50 grams of carbohydrate, and 50 grams of carbohydrates intra-workout.
That's good though. But that's another thing I'll talk about with my clients. This is what I just would talking about with you the other day. Just like, okay, when we're working on increasing calories, it's not that hard to use liquids. Please use some freaking liquids if you're having trouble increasing.
Mike Wines talked about having people that for performance side, and they throw like 2 700 calorie shakes in there. Like they eat normal.
Liquids are so great.
And then they throw like 2 700 calorie shakes in there, and it's 1,400 calories.
Right.
I don't like to do liquid calories. I like to eat the food. I really don't even do a shake or anything on non-lift days. And my non-lift days right now are 3,000 calories. And my lift days are 4,000.
You're conditioned. You're conditioned to, 4,000 is really high for you, but you're conditioned to already eat more than you're comfortable with. Like you've been through that before. People that are not comfortable, maybe have a mental block of eating more, or you're learning to eat more. Liquid calories are life-changing because they're so freaking easy. They're so easy.
Absolutely. I also don't mind the crappiness of a deficit.
Yeah. I kind of like it.
That doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm not. Yeah. My feelings aren't hurt by it. I understand the process. I also understand that, like, you might be in a deficit and hungry like 4 or 5 days in a row, and the needle moves like a quarter pound.
Yeah, and you're like
jeez. That doesn't bother me at all. I'm not bothered by that. I'm just a robot.
You've embraced the suck.
Yeah, it gives me something to do.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was talking about the vanity goal earlier. Just like we've done the big goals. Like we will always have big goals, but like done a marathon. You've done the jujitsu. We've done the strength training thing. We've done we've gotten to a physique that we like. So now we're at a place where we're like, well, let me just see how stupid I could be.
Dude, I had a day a couple days ago that I was going to be low on carbohydrates based on where I had something at night, like Asher's soccer practice or something. And not my gummy bears and a shake, but my second post-workout meal 2 hours later was 45 grams of Rice Krispies, 2 bagels, 140 grams of frozen fruit, almond milk, and ground turkey. God. And I ate all that, and then I did 4 ounces of ground turkey, like plain with salsa, and like ate it with a spoon, warmed it up. Didn't even warm it up all the way. Like it still stayed cold, but I didn't have the time to warm it up. So I just ate like cold ground turkey with salsa in it, and just like ate it down.
Well, and that's another thing too, I think about our brains is like, I like good food, but I also am the kind of person where I'm like, I get more satisfaction when everything works out in my favor than having to like all of my meals.
I'll eat the weirdest combinations of foods.
Same.
Because I'm just trying to get there, man.
I like the satisfaction.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, I got 600 calories left, dude, and like 45 grams of protein.
Here's what I got.
I just gotta hit that number, and is what it is, man. Right? I can't help. I don't understand. People are like, I need to add more protein in. I was like, well, what are you doing? I'm doing 4 ounces of chicken, do 6. I need more protein, but I did a half a cup of cottage cheese at this time. I think I need more, do a full cup. I don't understand. I don't understand. Add more. The concept of adding more. Oh man, I'm really having a hard time getting 100 grams of protein. I'm getting like 70. Add more in your meals. Like I don't.
Exactly.
Well, I did some egg whites and some eggs. Add more. That goes the next. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I don't know why.
That's a conversation you have sometimes.
Yeah, what are we doing? I have a hard time. I have a hard time getting water in. Well, drink more water. I don't know what else to say.
I can't just give you water. Because if you're drinking 25 ounces of water, I can't just give you an additional 25 ounces. I can't be there with you
and be like, hey, let me have
time to drink water.
Oh, it's exhausting.
That's why I like that girl that we keep sharing back and forth, and I don't remember her name off the top of my head.
Big
Maybe
Jack
Taylor
girl,
or something.
Girl.
Yeah.
Big Jack girl, yeah.
And she's always just talking shit about not shit, but you know what I mean. Just this kind of conversation where it's I can't reach this. Okay.
Did you see
Go have more?
I think he might have been Australian, where he's like, here's 2 examples. Client, results. And he draws an arrow.
Yeah.
Client does consult. Client gets the directions. Client does and implements everything within about a 90%. Mm-hmm. Client gets results. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, client 2 gets the plan, doesn't do the plan. Goes to McDonald's the next day. Doesn't know why I can't. Calls you. I don't know why I'm not getting accepted. I couldn't go to the gym today. I was just too tired to get up. Oh, I got something else going on. And over here, but I think I need a new plan because it's just not working. Can we look at my macros? But then again, I gotta go out with friends, and we probably had 3 or 4 beers, and I had some cake. But I think I'm fine. But I can't seem to get on the proteins. Can I get new macros? I don't think they're working for me. And he keeps going, and I'm like, dude, that hit home so heavy for me. Hit home so heavy for me because it's the people well, I'm not seeing results. Well, what's your alcohol? And he's like, well, I had a social event. I had 3 or 4 drinks that night. And then me and my wife decided to have and I mean, me and my wife we have to have our wine time at night. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But then 2 days later, don't bitch at me because you still look like trash.
No, just expect for this to take a very long time.
Yeah.
Expect for this to take multiple years.
It's probably not. Or I got this one. Well, I ran some errands and had to pick something else up. Well, did you know what errands you had to run? Yeah. Did you know how long it was going to take? Yeah. Maybe bring a protein bar and a banana so you don't have...
I was just so rushed getting out the door. Why? What were you doing before that?
Yeah.
And if you did have to go pick up something, there's 57,000 options out for grab and go. So go do that.
Just go to the grocery store.
Holy shit. And I live and die on this hill. Go get a Chick-fil-A wrap. Holy fuck.
We started with those. Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah. I've done that.
And you can also get a really great side of fruit there instead of French fries. And you don't have to get a sweet tea. You can actually get a water there too. They have water.
You can go into a grocery store now and they have deli stuff and you can make it work.
Do it all the time. I grab poke bowls from the grocery store for lunch all the time.
Is it pokey? Though, is it really pokey or poke or poke?
Poke, but whatever. I can't say pokey. Yeah. I mean, I can't say poke.
Yeah, I don't. Somebody wants to recently be like, "Hey, what'd you eat for lunch?" They're like a poke bowl.
Yeah.
I'm like.
Also, the great thing about when you do grab something from the grocery store, 9 times out of 10, the calories are listed on there for you. It's actually so fucking easy.
Yeah, this is so possible for everybody and anybody. I'm not saying you're going to be able to do moderate 80 and kind of hit it and get shredded and big.
No.
Right? Because that takes extremism.
The average person that wants average results, you can do your 80-20.
Yeah, nothing makes me want to vomit like moderation. I'm sorry. It's horrible. I just think it's stupid. I do. I tried really hard to be on that precision nutrition, everything's going to be okay type thing they have going on with that girl that looks, I promise you, she probably has her pronouns in her bio, but I can't take it's just not always good for our mental health to be that extreme. It's moderation is good for the mental health. No, actually getting tougher is good for your mental health.
Yeah, 100%.
I can't take it. I have lost patience. I've lost patience with it. I can't do. I tried, Gray. I really tried. I tried for the longest time to be that coach. Is tomorrow's another day. Quit screwing up, butthole.
I mean, it is another day, but at the end of the day, if you want tomorrow to look different than it did today, then you need to be doing something different. And I coach moderation. I believe in moderation. I live in moderation, but moderation is really not anything less than 80%. If you're already at your goals, it's really shouldn't be less than 85 or 90%. Like the clients that I have to repeatedly get onto about their alcohol intake, I'm like, you are just delaying the process.
Well,
Again, it's going to
you
take
just
you
don't want to quit
multiple
drinking.
years. Yeah.
You just don't
And
want
that's
to quit
fine. If
drinking.
you don't want to quit drinking, that's fine. But you've got to understand that this is going to take you multiple years.
I've had tons of people quit drinking after wearing like a Whoop band or wearing like an Oura ring.
It's in their sleep.
Because they're like, oh my gosh, I did not notice that's what alcohol did to you.
Listen, one drink that I have, my sleep score will go from an average of an 88 to a 92 to a 48 to a 52. One drink.
92's kicking sleep in the face, dude. 92 sleep score is pretty impressive. Yeah. All right. Well, that's 109.
109. Don't forget our set release this week. Go buy it.
Yeah. All right.